In 1921, the Greenwood neighborhood of Tulsa, Oklahoma, was a land of opportunity built by Black people for Black people. The wealth of the community was recognized to be very high, not just measured in dollars and cents, but in the ability for Black people to own business and property. Greenwood had more than 108 Black-owned businesses. It also had 2 schools, 2 theaters, and 15 doctor's offices. The opportunity for a Black person to earn wealth was so great that it was given the name Black Wall Street by Booker T. Washington. All of these businesses were patronized by more than 11,000 African American residents. On Monday, May 30th, 1921, Dick Rowland, a 19-year-old African American shoe shiner, went to a bathroom in a nearby hotel. This was the only one that they could use, since he was Black. In the elevator of the building, he came in contact with a white female elevator operator named Sarah Page. It is still unknown exactly what happened. However, shortly after entering, Dick was seen running out and the woman was heard and seen screaming. This event is seen as the catalyst for the events to follow. On the following days, he was arrested and thrown in jail, and the incident became widespread news. The Tulsa Tribune, a town newspaper, published the story with the headline, "Nab Negro for Attacking Girl in an Elevator," strongly implying that the girl had been raped, which likely contributed to the motivation for the events to come. Over the course of the next 24 hours, the chaos gradually increased, erupting with the Tulsa police deputizing white citizens and the burning and looting of Black homes and businesses in Greenwood District. On June 1st, 1921, the National Guard arrived and declared martial law at 11:29 a.m. Following their arrival, more than 6,000 African American men, women, and children were thrown into imprisonment camps, most without any reason or commission of crime. Meanwhile, in Greenwood neighborhood, it was estimated that there were somewhere around 300 people dead and over 1,000 Black-owned homes and businesses destroyed. In the days and months following the massacre, some leaders of the white community in Tulsa began to speak about their embarrassment related to the riots, and even pledged to help rebuild Greenwood neighborhood. What actually happened was the opposite. After the riots, there was a fire code passed saying that any new building would need to meet a strict new requirement. Thankfully, one of the residents displaced by the riot was Buck C. Franklin, who was well known as a successful lawyer. He was able to challenge and change the code and get it revoked so that people could rebuild their homes and businesses. Most of the bodies from this massacre were never recovered and are presumed to have been buried in a mass grave site. No one was ever prosecuted or punished for the biggest racial massacre in U.S. history. The charges against the Black man, Dick Rowland, were dropped. This was an atrocious event, and Oklahoma just recently added this piece of history into their curriculum. This event also showed the systemic corruption in the policing field that is still present to this day. This massacre not only resulted in many innocent people dying, but also the destruction of Black Wall Street and the wealth associated with it. After researching this topic, I came to the realization that this is a terrible world we live in. But beyond that, we have to try to rise above these terrible things that happened in the past and work to change them. Thank you.